Would you take me to prom if I wore this look?
Yeah, probably. Actually.
Yeah, actually. So it works.
Good luck.
It works. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is my first prom look, and I wanted to start off with something simple that everyone could recreate on their own with products they already have, so you don't have to go out and purchase a ton of new stuff, because I know that prom is already way too expensive and you don't want to add any more cost to it. So this look is really only a few eyeshadows, a good foundation base, and some lashes, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys want to check out and see how I achieved this simple, neutral cat eye look, then please keep watching, and if you like what you see, subscribe. Also make sure to follow me on my Twitter, my Instagram, and be my friend on Snapchat. That's how I can talk to you guys and connect and really just, what? I don't know, I messed it up.
No, you were doing great.
I know, I was doing so good!
You're killing it.
Ah! Just say Jordan messed up. Make sure to follow her on her social media, her Twitter, her Instagram.
At Jordan.
And
we'll put it right here. Can we put it right here in the video?
Jordan_Dockery.
Follow her because she messed up on her video.
Thank you.
To start off, I'm going to moisturize using the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. This is a brand new product. However, I didn't think it was that hydrating. It just made my face a little bit more smooth. If you have oily skin, you might want to check it out, but if you're on the dry side, I would steer clear of this product. Next, I'm just going to take my primer. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer in Pore Minimizing. It's really thick, so I'm just warming it up in between my fingers and then applying it onto my T-zone or anywhere I feel like I could get oily or sweaty during the night. I hate to break it to you guys, but prom is kind of a sweaty experience. You're in heavy dresses, heavy tuxes, so you want your makeup to last all night and look as flawless as when you first put it on. Next, I'm going to be taking my foundation, which is Too Faced Born This Way in the color Light Beige, and a Real Techniques dual fiber foundation brush to apply it. This foundation is amazing. I was so late on joining the bandwagon on this for so long, and I regret it now. My good friend Elise actually texted me about a month ago saying I should try this, and I was like, no, it's going to be too luminous, it's not going to have enough coverage. But then I was in Ulta when they had a brand rep from Too Faced in, and she put this on my skin, and I couldn't even feel it. It felt so lightweight. She was able to build it up to the coverage I wanted. It matched my fake tan color. It was just perfect. Plus, she told me it had coconut water in it and vitamins, and I was just blown away. It's amazing. The reason I'm applying it with a dual fiber brush instead of a kabuki or a beauty blender is because I find that dual fiber brushes are the best when you're trying to build up maximum coverage. I'm also going to make sure to apply this onto my neck, so at the end of the night there is no foundation line clear to be seen. This next step is completely optional, but I wanted to try it. I'm taking the NYX Concealer in Lavender and doing a little bit of color correcting. This may be a surprise if you follow me on social media. I'm not a huge believer in color correcting, but lavender is supposed to brighten and make my face look more awake and lighter, which is something that I was really looking for in a prom look. I'm just going to be using my finger to apply this anywhere where the sun would naturally hit me and I would want brighter. Under my eyes, on my forehead, and on my chin. By using my finger, the warmth is just going to sheer out the concealer a little bit more, so only the luminosity of the purple will shine through and I won't have any dark undertones in pictures. Next, I'm just going to pick up my concealer. This is the Naked Skin by Urban Decay. If you guys follow anyone in the beauty world, you've probably heard a ton about this. It goes on so lightweight, but it has so much coverage. It's just the perfect concealer, and it doesn't get that creasy. I'm going to go in and blend it together with this Sigma Tapered Kabuki brush. This brush is amazing. You guys, if you saw me rub my hand through the bristles, that is because when you separate the bristles in a kabuki brush, it's going to make it easier for the brush to pick up the product and blend everything out. If you're working with a brush that has a lot of product on it, you can rub it against a paper towel and get the same effect. I'm also going to be putting this onto my eyes because I use my concealer as my eyeshadow primer. I'm really excited about this next product. This is the Forever Nude Sculpt and Glow palette by BH Cosmetics in the shade Light Medium. This is the perfect contour kit if you are on a budget. I am using the yellow shade to set anywhere that I have highlighted with my concealer. By using a yellow, it's just going to add more dimension to your face and work as a natural highlighter. It also is going to prevent you from using a stark white or a translucent, which can have horrible flashback in photos. And who wants that on prom? This next step is optional, but I love the way it looks. I am taking Lush's Skin Tint in the shade Charisma. It's this beautiful bronzy brown coppery color. And I'm going to be using this to do a little bit of cream contouring. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to cream contour your face depending on your different face shape, because I know for me personally, I hate watching a tutorial and having them only show me how to do it for their exact face shape, because I'm like, bro, come on, like, you're square, I'm a round, like, it doesn't make sense. But I'm going to first start off by telling you guys to add some bronzer onto your forehead, under your chin, or anywhere else that you want to warm up your face. Next, if you have a rounder face, I recommend drawing a line under your cheekbone and under your jawline and connecting the two by your ear like I'm doing here, because this is just going to help bring all the colors forward. It's going to make your face look a little skinnier, and it's going to make it look like you have a prominent jawline. If you have a more square face, I recommend doing it this way by drawing a line under your cheekbone, because you know you still want your cheekbone to be poppin' for prom, but by not connecting the 2 lines under your jaw, you can decide which way is going to look best on you. But you know, you can try it out on either cheek and then decide what you like from there. I'm next going to be going in with my favorite powder of all time. This is Lancome's Dual Finish. I am in the shade Matte Porcelain. This powder is the Bomb Digs. It's my ride or die. It just helps set my makeup, it makes it last longer, and it gives it such a smooth, flawless finish when I'm done. My next product I'm going to be using is from that Forever Nude Sculpt and Glow palette again. I am picking up the middle shade, which is such a warm, beautiful bronzer color, and I'm just going to be cleaning up a little bit of that cream contouring that we did earlier and just adding a little bit more warmth and definition that could have been hidden when we went and powdered the rest of our face. So I'm just making sure that everything looks flawless and seamless and that there are no harsh lines. Since this is a prom look and I feel like going all out, I'm grabbing Naked Urban Decay Flush Cheek Palette in the shade Strip. This has a beautiful bronzer, highlighter, and a blush color. I'm grabbing the bronzer and I'm just applying this anywhere under my contour lines just to darken it up. I'm just going to follow where I had my cream contour, and I'm not really going to focus on my bronzer because here you are going to see me come and clean it all up. When you're blending out your contour, you want to make sure that you are blending up and not down, because you do not want to ruin that nice little sharp cheekbone that you have created for yourself. This next product I specifically picked up for prom. It's the Urban Decay Blush Palette collaboration with Gwen Stefani. It was a little bit of a splurge, but look at all those beautiful blush shades. Those would work with almost any look. And I'm going to grab the 2 center shades, Easy and Hush, and mix them together and apply them directly onto the apples of my cheeks without blending them back, because this look is going to be a little eye heavy. I want everything to remain in the center of my face. Speaking of eyes, we are taking that bronzer color that we used to contour from the Naked Flush palette, and we are adding that into our crease with a large, fluffy blending brush. By using the same color in your crease that you have already used as your contour shade, it's just going to create a look of a more symmetrical face because you are sharing the same shadows and coloring. This bronzer shade is also perfect because it's not too warm and not too neutral, which makes it a lot easier to blend the rest of the shadows together. I'm going to be using most of my shadows from this Nude Tude palette by the Balm. Isn't it beautiful, guys? Doesn't it just like scream prom? I buy all my Balm products at Kohl's if you're having trouble finding them near you. I'm picking up that center brown shade called Sultry, and I'm just applying this a little bit lower on a smaller tapered blending brush than where we had originally put our crease color. By doing this, we are just creating an illusion like we have a deeper set eye and that our lid has more space to work with by only applying this on the outer edges of our crease. We're not bringing this color all the way in, and then we are just going to blend it out with a large fluffy brush. Next, we are picking up this dark brown sleek color. It's so beautiful. I'm actually picking this color up directly with a blending brush and applying it to the outer V's of my eye. Oftentimes you will hear people tell you to use a pencil brush or a dense brush to apply any color to your outer V and then blend it out. But I found that by using a blending brush directly into my outer V, if it's small enough and I can keep it low, it will help blend the color as I am applying it, making it a lot easier to manipulate and go where I want it to. Now this look's going to get a little bit more glam. I'm picking up my first shimmery shadow. This is Stand-offish, and I'm applying this on my finger to my lid because it gives off the best color payoff. I thought it was more pink in the pan, but as I started to apply it, it looked a little more golden and opal, and this inspired me to pick up a pigment. This is MAC's Vanilla. I'm just taking this on a flat shader brush that I got wet with eye drops. You can use MAC's Fix Plus or anything else that you have at home that you feel would work best with a pigment. I'm just going to be applying this really heavily into my inner corners to help open up my eye, and then sort of fading it off as I reach the center of my lid because I want there to be less product there. And I'm just going back in with that blending brush we had Sleek on and making sure that everything is seamless and as I want it to look. To further help it just look a little bit more seamless, I'm going to pick up this nice neutral baby pink shadow called Stubborn and apply this right where the pigment meets the shadow. This is just going to create a little bit more of an ombre effect on my lids. Even though it is really shimmery and really glittery, I just want everything to look as gradient and beautiful as possible. I'm so sorry and hopefully you guys can forgive me, but I just couldn't film me doing a wing liner this day. It was just the wrong angle, it was just the wrong everything. I have like no footage of me doing this, so I'm so sorry. But all I did was create a basic wing with my favorite liquid liner from NYC. And now I'm just going over it with a black eyeshadow and a small angled brush. By doing this, I'm just going to help prolong the longevity of that black eyeliner's life. And I'm also just going to diffuse the line and make everything a little more blended. I'm also just going to take an eyeshadow brush with some black on it and pop it at the very end of my wing to make everything look softer. And then, of course, blending everything out. Next up, I'm just going to be taking a little shadow brush and applying some white into my inner corners. This is the shade Sassy from the palette, but I wanted it to be a little bit more glittery and in your face. So I took ColourPop's Tassel Super Shock Shadow at the very end, but I forgot to film me recording it. I'm so sorry, but it's there. You'll see it in a little bit. Next, I'm just going to work on my lower lash line and even it out. Since my top is so heavy, I just mix Sultry and Sleek on the bottom, and now I'm blending them out. Next, I am going to be taking some mascara. This is just my favorite one at the moment. This is Telescopic by L'Oreal. It's very famous. It just is very lengthening. It doesn't do a lot for width, but it adds a lot of length and drama, which is what I want because I'm going in with lashes. These are Ardell Demi Wispies. They're my favorite lashes. I talk about these all the time to everyone. They're what I recommend for prom. They're what I recommend for weddings. They're what I recommend for every day. Like, I love these because they are tapered at the front and then they flare out at the end, which gives the illusion like you have a larger eye. And it helps define a wing and just creates this perfect little transition gradient. I am all about that gradient eye look and making my eye look as big as possible. I used a clear lash glue from Ardell, but it didn't dry as clear as I wanted it to, so I'm just going to go in and hide that lash band a little bit more with some black eyeshadow. This is also going to make your eye look more natural and less like you are wearing false lashes. Sorry guys, I was singing up a storm here. I had some Pandora Party Next Door radio on, and I just got too hyped, guys. I got too hyped. I'm just going to put some mascara on my lower lashes. And of course, because it's prom and I'm doing the most and I'm being so extra in this video, I'm just taking Makeup Geek's Shimmer single eyeshadow and applying this where I had that vanilla pigment to make sure that everything is still as shimmery and as bright as it should be. Bet you guys thought I forgot about my brows, but I didn't. Today I'm actually using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil. I had never used this, so it's interesting to use on a video, but you guys know the drill. Everyone has different brows, and the way I fill mine in is just going a lot harder in the center and on the tail, and then really lightly filling in the inner corners, and of course brushing everything out so that there are no harsh lines, because yes, it is possible to get harsh lines in your brows. It's possible. Next, I'm just going to share a really cool trick that I've learned over the years with you guys. All you need is some lip balm, and you just rub your finger in the balm and then lightly press it onto your eyebrow. You're not going to drag it, you're not going to smear it, you're just going to lightly press. This is going to set your brows, and it's going to save you money because you don't need to go out and buy a new product if you already own a lip balm. We just have a few more finishing touches until we're done. I'm next going to go in and highlight the high points of my face using Physicians Formula and Translucent Pearl. This is such a beautiful highlighter color, especially for prom. It's going to give you that natural glow from within without showing up as just a line of glitter on your face in your prom pictures, which might not be cute, but if that's the look you're going for, do it. I'm going to go in with two lip products actually. These are MAC's Myth and Snob. If you just want to find a perfect lip color for yourself and you don't like nude pinky lips, that's fine. This look would be beautiful with a berry, with a bright red. It's basically whatever you want to do, this look will be perfect for. I'm just going to go in with Myth at first. This is just going to nude out my lips, which I love personally, but it was just a little too nude. It's going to look like foundation in all my prom pictures, so I'm going to pick up MAC's Snob and apply that right over Myth just to create a more pink pout, and it's just going to be the perfect baby doll color. I am obsessed with it. That is it for the finished prom look. I hope you guys enjoyed and you're feeling a little bit more inspired for your own prom looks. If you guys recreate this or make a little own spin-off, I would love to see pictures of it. Make sure to tag me. on Instagram or Twitter, or even send me a Snapchat. Also, if you're not in prom and you just want to recreate this anyways, I still want to see it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and have fun, and be safe at prom, everyone. I love you guys, and I will talk to y'all soon.